We're not talking about the drug dealing. Why are we not talking about the fear of the families of my deputies?
Just 2 days after JPSO deputies shot and killed a man they say opened fire on them, Sheriff Newell Norman says the community needs to step up and help prevent incidents like this from ever happening again. At a press conference today, Norman defended the actions of his officers, saying a 25-year-old Desmond Willis lived a life that glamorized drugs and violence.
Reporter Casey Ferrand is live at 5 outside the sheriff's office in Harvey with more on Sheriff Norman's response. She has tonight's big local story. Casey?
Scott and Sella, the sheriff was animated and even enraged as he addressed the media this afternoon after the investigation into Monday's deputy-involved shooting continues. Now, he's trying to dispel claims that the suspect involved in that shooting is an innocent victim.
Nobody's life mattered to him. But for the grace of God, nobody that was out there that day got hit by bullets.
Jefferson Parish Sheriff Newell Norman called it a miracle that no bystanders were killed as 25-year-old Desmond Willis opened fire on deputies Monday, which led to at least 65 shots fired between he and deputies after Willis was pulled over for a traffic violation.
They went to the side of the vehicle, told him to put his hands up, turn the car off. He began fumbling in his pockets. The officer reached inside of the window, grabbed his arm. At that point in time, he put the vehicle in drive and took off.
Deputies shot and killed Willis in the parking lot of the New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Monday following a car and foot chase. Willis is accused of shooting at the deputies before they opened fire. The sheriff addressed the public after releasing 2 videos of Willis, one showing him with what appeared to be 2 handguns, and another showing him smoking and talking about his distrust of law enforcement.
He was a drug-dealing gangster. He bragged about it. He called himself a thug in the video.
Norman says his office disclosed the videos because of allegations that Willis did not own guns, and that the 2 guns found in his possession Monday were planted by deputies.
Why are we not talking about the drug dealing? Why are we not talking about the fear of the families of my deputies that have to say goodbye to their husbands and wives every day for fear that they're not going to come home alive?
The sheriff says deputies found a stolen 9mm handgun as well as a .380 handgun on Willis's body at the scene. They also found 99 rounds of ammunition and 228 grams of marijuana in Willis's truck on the scene. On your side, I'm Casey Ferrand, WDSU News.
Monday's incident is the 4th deputy-involved shooting in Jefferson Parish this year. February 26, JPSO deputies shot a 52-year-old man in Orleans Parish while executing a search warrant on Pogger Street. March 20th, a deputy shot and killed 63-year-old Richard White as he was wielding a machete at Armstrong International Airport. Days later, March 23rd, deputies shot a suspected drug dealer at Causeway and I-10 in Metairie. Then Monday, deputies shot and killed 25-year-old Desmond Willis. They say he allegedly opened fire on them after running away during a traffic stop in Harvey.